Hey guys, welcome to Guyver Gaming TV. Today we're going to have a look at H1Z1 by SOE. This is their zombie survival game. As you see, me and the guys from Donkey Business have built a base. Took us a lot of materials and quite a bit of time to do this, but we managed to get one up. The one thing I'll say about bases at the minute, they degrade way too quickly. This has started degrading already, and we've only had this, what, 2 days maybe? The doors also degrade way too fast in this game at the minute, and they're still too easy to destroy. They are going to be patching it, apparently, but we'll see what they do with it. But at the minute, they've got a lot of fine tuning to go on. But this is the gate to get in. As you see, it doesn't work yet. I built this to get in and out, but it'll do for a top cover. Down there we have a dew collector, or dew collector, however you say it, which doesn't properly work yet, but I'm hoping they'll get that sorted soon as well. We also have a forge down there. You can have storage containers, which we have in one of our buildings here, and we also have them down in that shack, but again, the problem is the doors are way too weak, so every time you build a shack and you put a door in it, it gets fucking destroyed within minutes, and all your stuff gets nicked. So, at the minute, building bases and hoarding stuff is a bit of a waste of time, because people can still get in and steal your stuff. So I think, to be honest, the doors need massively increasing in HP, so that it will take you hours to fucking smash it down. They need steel doors as well, in my opinion, because these are only wooden doors, and again, they're not strong enough in my opinion. They need to be a lot stronger. So I've got barbed wire on the top there. I've got some barbed wire in random places down here, just to knock out the zombies as they come in. But as you see, it's a huge map, absolutely massive. I'll chuck a wee map in the corner to give you an idea of what's going on. But down there is the main, biggest town in this place, Pleasant Valley at the minute, which is fairly big. There's a problem with stuff spawning at the moment, so you know, it's hard keeping up with stuff. We've got lots of food and water, luckily, to eat and drink. Again, another slight problem that they have, which hopefully they're trying to fix, is energy and hydration still goes down way too quick in my book. But again, you know, it's early alpha, it's only been up a few days, and there's a lot of stuff they've got to tweak and sort out yet. You see, there's my dude looking rather rugged and handsome. For some reason you can't see the backpack I've got on. I think it's because there's no model for it yet, because it's a made one. But the base building is pretty cool, to be honest. If you get these raised platforms, and I'll show you in a minute. You see, raised platforms, they're pretty awesome. You can actually put two together, and then them steps I was going up and down, you could probably put steps, you know, up and down each one, so you can go up and over into one. So I have one completely blocked off and only have access, you know, via one, which would be pretty cool. But again, there are a lot of materials to make, and the materials are hard to come by. Weapons wise, we have a pistol. Isn't working. There we go. You've got your pistol, which is pretty cool. Not a bad sound to it. And then you have your bow. As you see, these are all red at the minute because they've got pretty low. What's it on? 175 and 520, so they are pretty knackered. You can get repair kits, but I don't have any at the minute. As I said, the spawn system for stuff is a little bit messed up at the minute, so shit isn't spawning. But you can always get berries to keep you going food wise. Food spawns a lot better now, actually, to be honest. Food and drink is pretty good at spawning now. That, I'd say, is pretty good. The thing that's still knackered is the tools. and weapons I'm not really asked about because you get a bow, but the tools that you need are pretty knackered at the moment, so that needs to be hopefully addressed in tonight's patch as well. As you see, you've got full housing. Basically a bit like the competitive games out there like DayZ and all the rest of them. So you can do proximity search, which is by hitting tab, or you can actually hit E and search it itself. Sometimes proximity will pick it up, sometimes it won't. Most of the time it will though. But as you say, at the minute a lot of stuff isn't spawning due to the glitch that they've got. But you can see the houses are nicely furnished now. And the torch is pretty cool. You can see people from quite a long distance away with a torch, you know, flacking it around and flashing it about. So at night time is really good effect. So there's day and night cycles in this game. There is also full seasons. Winter, spring, summer, all that sort of stuff is also in the game. Some of the views you can get from here are spectacular. Hopefully I'll put up a picture to show you this. Again, this game has a massive potential. The only trouble I think at the minute is either A, the servers aren't big enough, or B, they're too populated. I want a survival game where I see people but not very often. The zombie ratio is pretty good. There's not hundreds of them in stupid places where they shouldn't be. You know, they're around the towns and cities and stuff like that, which is good. I don't want to be seeing zombies in the asshole of nowhere just wandering around because, you know, they shouldn't be there. Animals are pretty good. There's deer and rabbits and bears knocking about. I had a lot of equipment the other day, but unfortunately me and my mate Manatee attacked a bear. His bow broke, which left me on my own, and you definitely need two people. You know, attacking a bear to kill it. We had killed 2 bears before that, and the meat out of them is really damn good. The bear meat can get you to near 100% energy from, you know, near on 0. But you see, the towns and cities are pretty nicely laid out. He seems fairly quiet around here, zombie wise, at the minute, which is good. Bows and that are fairly easy to craft. One other critique I could make is when you're crouched, you still make too much noise for my liking. You know, I think you should make a little less noise. But I like the surroundings, the terrain, everything's, as you think, you know, abandoned cars lying around, crashed. There's even some flipped over and stuff like that. I really like that. That's cool. The aesthetics of the game, beautiful. The weather effects, amazing. I can hear a zombie out to my left. This is a well populated area, you see, so there's not a lot really spawning here. If I can find this zombie, I'll show you the weapon systems on it. Ah. Now obviously the problem with using a gun, it's loud. But I only have the makeshift bow, which is really crap. It doesn't fire far at all. Wasn't a bad shot, like. You see how high above him I've got to go with that? Whereas a proper bow, oh, there we go. Whereas the actual bow will hit him a lot easier. Getting your arrows back out of these guys is sometimes a pain. Another cool thing is arrows that have penetration. So let's say I fire it at this door. It does go through, and I really like that actually. And I like the fact that they stick in people and they stay there and stuff. That's really nice little details. So what I'll do is I will run back up to the camp and I will show you some of the crafting. I don't have much materials to craft. Here's a trap which catches rabbits. I don't know what that vent ticket thing is. There's usually rabbit traps around and there's usually rabbits in them. Crap, a ton of zombies around here. I don't want to use all my rounds, you see, for the gun. See if I can lose the guy. If I can get over this or not. Yep. You can make all different types of. I'll take all these while they're it. You can make a metal shack like this. You can make bases, which is this big ground one here, which you can build walls around and all that lot, or you can do the raised ones like we've got, or little shacks like the one we have outside ours. There's lots of cool things you can do, or you can barricade a house up if you want. You know, it's really cool that way. But as I said before, there is some things you need to tweak. As you can see, they're degenerating already by quite a bit. Ouch! He must have punji sticks in front of his door. Yeah. So as you see that you're getting your health and food and all that lot, it still goes down too fast in my opinion. It still needs a little bit of tweaking, but Sony are on the ball, like, you know, they've put a couple of big patches out for it already. They are tweaking stuff, they are fixing things. And I say it's very early access, so it's all good in the hood. So let's put that bow away. You're seeing here's the storage containers that we had. Just got branches in there. And we had it in here, we had the door locked and we had a code on it, but waste of time because we went offline, came back on again, and somebody smashed the door down and fucking took everything, and we had a lot of stuff in there, so bit disappointed. You know that quite frankly all you can have is what you're carrying on you, to be honest, because storing shit is a waste of time at the moment because it's too easily stole. So that needs to be sorted. But yeah, let's have a look at the crafting system. So discovery, you can chuck stuff in there. You see I've got one thing left to discover with that, but I've nothing left. And one more thing, so it's probably salt or sugar or something like that for a barbecue. You can chuck 5 things with cloth, empty bottle on there, one thing, but I've nothing lit to go with it. So we'll see what else there is. Sticks, still one thing, but I've nothing lit to go with it. So that's how you discover stuff. You put stuff in there and just see what you can do. Sometimes you can do, say a stick and a cloth, and you can discover maybe 2 or 3 things with it, but you've got to keep putting them in there to discover it. You don't lose your items. But you know, you get the recipes and they're going here. So say I have a couple of bits of cloth that I can use for bandages. Get up here and then anything that comes at me gets stabbed. So you know, your ammo traps, you need 1 wooden stick, 4 planks, backpack frame, which is what I'm using, which is why I've got 1200 bulk. So everything has a bulk, as you see there. That can of beans has 100 bulk, which I think is a little high. I think it should be 50. Maybe the water should be 25. I think most bulks need to be at least halved. Cooked, rabbit meat should be, I think that's around 2 anyways, maybe, no. I think rabbit meat should be 2 to 3 maybe. Purified water should be 25 definitely. But cans should be at least 50 at least. Or well, at least 25, maybe 50, because we're only the same size as that, as a bottle of water. So yeah, they need to look into the bulk of some of this stuff as well. But here you can make bow drills, and it tells you exactly what you need, so you can go get it. Cooked rabbit tells you you've got to put it in a lit fire. Deer scents, hammers, ground tamper is what you use for them big bases that I showed you before. Heavy metal shelter, which is what I've got inside the large one. Machetes tells you everything you need. And you work your way down the list, so it's actually quite a lot of stuff there. Wrench to fix vehicles, wooden doors, spears, all that sort of thing. So there is a lot you can build. Different sort of shacks, look, a raised shack, normal shelter, the larger shack, the structured stairs is what I climbed up before. Your storage containers. There is a lot of structures you can make. I'm going to say in a minute, putting a door in it's a bit of a waste. Down here you have your tickets. So you get crates, you get a key with it, and you open the crate and you get skins, airdrops and event tickets for Battle Royale and such. Airdrops, self-explanatory. They also have to be fixed apparently, there's not much in them. We actually got to an airdrop before, me and a friend. There wasn't a lot in it. There was a landmine which my mate blew me up with, which is why I hardly have any gear now. And a few other bits and bats. Skins wise, some of them are pretty cool. I'm wearing one now. I have one of the shirts on. I think it's like a brown flannel shirt or something, which is cool. But I have noticed one thing with it. Times two. You're getting doubles in some of the boxes. Now I don't think you should get that, because for keys you can buy them for station cash. I don't know if you can get them anywhere else. I've never seen any keys anywhere or picked them up anywhere. So if you can only get it by buying them, I don't think you should get double skins. To me that's a waste of station cash. And what can you do with it? You can't trade it, so you might end up, after maybe a month or two of playing, like 5 randomly racing helmet skins. And as far as I know, you can't do anything else with them, they just stop there. So I think they need to have a look at that as well. I'm on a PvE server, so you can't kill other players, even though people are still being arseholes by smashing your weak doors down and stealing everything that you've got. I'm on a PvE server for the fact, like I mentioned before, I don't think the maps are really big enough yet for PvP servers, and there's way too many people on. I mean, you saw me run to that town there, and there was what, 3 or 4 guys around me? That'd be fucking hell. On peak times, we ran into town before and there's like 10, 15 people knocking about. We can go anywhere on the map and always run into 2 or 3 people in a town. And on a PvP server, that's just sheer hell, like. So, until the maps are bigger, I'm not going to bother with PvP. I like PvE. I like hunting. I like going after the zombies and killing them, going out and finding stuff. I like all that thing, building a nice big base. PvP will be fun when the map at least doubles in size, or there's a hell of a lot less people on the server. So I'll probably do a video on PvP in the future, further along the line. But that's a quick look at it. As I say, I'll put a couple of screens up at the end of this video as well, just to show you some of the beautiful scenery that you get. And there's a church there, look. Someone's put a shack in it. I mean, you can search all the cars and everything. There's the sun going down, bit of mist, beautiful in it. Another cool thing is you've got loads of your emotes, F keys do all of these. emotes and stuff like that. And the best one by far, yeah. So you know you can do lots of emotes, but the actual, because it's using Forge that engine, it is as beautiful as PlanetSide, definitely. And even though there's a lot of bugs and things need sorting and tweaking and that, I am still enjoying it. It is fun. You know, just surviving is fun, and fingers crossed whenever they fix this loot problem, it's going to be even more fun because you actually get stuff to replace whenever you do die to a bear ripping you a new arsehole. Going out and adventuring is fun. So, yeah, it's all great. Anyways guys, that's a quick look at H1Z1. We'll get another look at it further down the line. I'll try and keep you informed about this game, because I'm enjoying it so far. It already has so much more than DayZ. There's 3 types of vehicles in the game where you need batteries, plugs, all that stuff to fix them and get them running. Fingers crossed the future of H1Z1 is good. It will be larger, there's going to be aircraft, hopefully. You know, don't see why not. It's running the PlanetSide 2 engine. You've got jets, tanks, bombers, all sorts in that, so hopefully that tech is going to help this game. The weather is amazing. I'll see if I can add some video at the end there of me and my mate cruising around hunting. I think there's some weather effects on there where the rain's heavy. It is heavy and you can't see much. But I haven't seen the others. As I said, there is all 4 seasons in here, so hopefully it's going to look cool. So, thanks for watching guys, and I shall see you around shortly. Keep an eye out for other videos coming up. Again, go to my YouTube channel, well you're on my YouTube channel, but go to my Twitter channel, my Facebook and Twitch, because I'm streaming H1Z1 now and again, and I'll start doing some other ones. And yeah, thanks for watching guys, and see you around.